Billionaire businessman Aliko Dangote, a Nigerian, founded the Dangote Group of Enterprises, which operates in more than 20 African nations and has holdings in commodities like flour, sugar, cement, and oil and gas. It is anticipated that his net worth will be approximately $10.2 billion by 2020. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, Dangote is the richest man in Africa and the 88th richest person globally. Welcome to the channel, subscribe and let's dive in. In 2014, he reached the summit of Forbes' list as the 23rd richest person worldwide. In 2013, he eclipsed Mohammed Hussein Al-Amoudi, a Saudi-Ethiopian builder, by more than $2.6 billion to become the wealthiest African-American individual globally. After putting in a great deal of effort to establish his business, Aliko Dangote has become one of the most powerful individuals on the planet and an inspiration to millions of other business owners worldwide. So the main query that the majority of you are undoubtedly wondering is, how did he become so rich? His early beginnings and journey to success. Aliko Dangote, an ethnic Hausa Muslim from Kano, Nigeria, was born in 1957 into a wealthy family. He had always had a business and entrepreneurial mindset, starting with buying candies and reselling them to classmates. After graduating from university, Dangote returned to Nigeria to start his own business. The origin of the Dangote Group began in the late 1970s when he received a $5,000 loan from an uncle and established a venture that traded consumer goods such as sugar between 1978 and 1980, before gradually expanding into trading other commodities such as rice. In 1981, he established two business enterprises, Dangote Nigeria Limited and Blue Star Services. The group then moved into manufacturing in the 1990s, starting with textiles, moving on to flour milling, salt processing, and sugar refining. By the end of the decade, the company moved into cement production, growing rapidly and moving into other African countries. A higher degree of vertical integration is a hallmark of Dangote Group's operating strategy. The group now owns and operates over 18 subsidiaries operating in 10 African countries. Dangote Group is headquartered in Lagos and has diversified into telecommunications and has started building 14,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables to supply the whole of Nigeria. In January 2009, Dangote was honored as a leading provider of employment in the Nigerian construction industry. Dangote requested permission from the Nigerian Port Authority in July 2012 to lease a parcel of property that had been abandoned at the Apapa port. Later on, he constructed buildings for his flag. Hopefully, he sought and was accepted by the Central Bank of Nigeria in the 1990s, when he proposed that it would be more cost-effective for the bank to let his transport company oversee its fleet of staff vehicles. Aliko Dangote's net worth of over $25 billion made him the 23rd richest man in the world by 2014. He was earning billions upon billions of dollars in profit annually from his business, which was doing astronomically well. In 2014, Dangote's net worth dropped from $25 billion to $17 billion due to the drop in petrol prices in 2014, which led to the devaluation of the naira. Today, Dangote Group dominates the sugar market and refinery business in Nigeria, being the main supplier to 70% of the market for soft drinks companies, breweries, and confectioners. It is the largest refinery in Africa and the third largest in the world, producing 800,000 tons of sugar annually. Dangote said this in an interview. "Let me tell you something, and I want to really emphasize it. Nothing will benefit Nigeria more than the repatriation of Nigerian funds. I would invest everything in Nigeria if you were to give me $5 billion now. Let's work together and put our brains together." Dangote unveiled early plans for the refinery in September 2013, when he announced that he had secured about $3.3 billion in financing for the project. Construction of the refinery did not begin until 2016, with excavation and infrastructural preparation, and the planned completion was pushed back to late 2018. Major structural construction began in July 2017, and Dangote estimated that the refinery would be mechanically complete in late 2019 and commissioned in early 2020. However, construction was likely to take at least twice as long as Dangote publicly stated, with partial refining capability not likely to be achieved until 2022. An associated project at the site of the refinery, a urea fertilizer factory, was scheduled to begin operation in late 2018 and produced about 3 million tons of urea annually. His luxurious lifestyle. Dangote has put a lot of effort into becoming the richest man in Africa over the years, and with that kind of money, he certainly knows how to live it up. And Dangote possesses one of the priciest homes in Africa, even though he doesn't show off his money on social media. The value of his home is $13.5 million. He is the owner of a $45 million private jet, a $41.4 million boat, and an estimated $500,000 collection of opulent vehicles. When he's not working, Dangote enjoys hanging out with his loved ones. Even though Dangote is the wealthiest man in Africa, he has trouble falling in love. Dangote has reportedly been married and divorced 6 times. He is the father of 4 children. His philanthropy works and honors. Establishing the Aliko Dangote Foundation in 1993 was Aliko Dangote. Reducing the amount of people who die from illness and starvation is the foundation's principal goal. The main goal of our programs is to combat severe acute malnutrition, SAM, in children. The Foundation's activities are centered on enhancing the outcomes of children's lives. To assist in rescuing individuals from poverty, we are investing in their health, education, and economic development. Millions upon millions of dollars have been donated to the organization since its founding. In terms of accolades, Forbes magazine named him Man of the Year in 2014. The former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, bestowed to Dangote the second highest distinction in the country, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, in November 2014. Aliko Dangote is a tireless worker. It took him 20 years after the founding of the Dangote Group of Enterprises to take a single vacation. Every day he puts in 12 to 15 hours of effort. Even with so many firms dispersed around Africa, he still makes time to visit them all. Even if his tale is not one of rags to riches, it is nevertheless incredibly motivating given that the money he has amassed for himself in the modern era wasn't bestowed upon him with ease. We really hope that Aliko Dangote's tale has motivated you to launch your own company. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.